this early, so somewhere in that range.
I know, right?
Oh, we're excited. I was getting everything ready. That's gonna be so much fun.
I'm a little jealous. Teach me all about it.
Yep,
I've never got to use that class.
that's fair. It's something a lot of people don't do.
Yeah.
That's especially why I like to teach you about it. And then you'll get to take it home. We have to let it dry first. Yes. That's a great idea.
Any moment, any time, change your heart, change your mind. Every day we start anew, start anew. Any moment, any time, can change your heart, change your mind. Every day we start anew, start anew. Any moment, any time, can change your heart, change your mind. Every day we start anew, start anew. Any moment, any time can change your heart, change your mind. Every day we start anew, start anew. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Any moment, any time, any moment, change your mind. somehow work through that. Here's kind of a long one. So here we go. You gotta sing like you don't need the money, love, like you've never been hurt. You gotta dance like nobody's watching. You gotta come from the heart if you want it to work. You're thinking, golly, Julie, that's a lot of words for our pre-service singing. It is indeed, but they'll eventually be up on the screen. We're asking you to join us on the first song today. So we'll do a little bit together, and then you'll catch on as we go later. So we'll do a little echo. You gotta sing like you don't need the money. Nice. Love, like you've never been hurt. You've gotta dance. Ready? You gotta dance. If you're a musician, it's 1, 2, and a 3. So you gotta dance. You want to try? You gotta dance like nobody's watching. You gotta come from the heart. If you want it to work. We'll put some of those together. They're gonna be a little longer. You gotta sing like you don't need the money. You gotta sing like you don't need the money, love, like you've never been hurt, love, like you've never been hurt. You gotta dance like nobody's watching. You gotta come from the heart if you want it to work. You gotta come from the heart if you want it to work. Nice. We're not going to do the whole thing because you can still do it later with the words, and that'll be so much easier. So we will end with one thing. When Reverend Karen told me the theme of this service, this is the song that popped in my head. If you know it, sing along with me. Be open for something wonderful to happen. Be open to the possibilities. Be open for something wonderful to happen. Be open to the possibility. Now we're going to do aye, 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 for something wonderful to happen. Be open to the possibilities. Be open for something wonderful to happen. Be open to the possibility. Aye, 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 aye. Oh, nice harmony. Aye, aye, aye. To happen. Be open to the possibility. Aye, here we go. Be open. Aye, to happen. Be open to the possibilities. Be open for something wonderful to happen. Be open to the possibilities. Aye. Offspring. Would you like to come sit by me? When I was a young girl, my daddy taught me a lesson he learned. It was a long time ago. If you want something you can hold on to, sometimes you have to learn to let go. And you gotta sing
Like you
don't need the money, love. Like you've never been hurt. You gotta dance like nobody's watching. You gotta come from the heart if you want it to work.
Here is the one thing I keep forgetting when everything is falling apart. In life and in love, it gets hard to remember there's such a thing as trying too hard.
And you gotta sing
like
you don't need no money, love. Like you've never been hurt. You gotta dance like nobody's watching. You gotta come from the heart if you want it to work. And you gotta sing
like nobody's watching, love. Like you've never been hurt.
You gotta dance like nobody's watching. You gotta come from the heart if you want it to work. You gotta come from the heart if you want it to work.
Yay! Thank you. That was awesome. Good morning. Good morning. My name is the Reverend Karen Armina, and I use she, her pronouns, and I am so glad to be here with you this morning. I'm so glad to see so many of you here. What's going to happen? Will everything be okay? What can I do? In these days, we find ourselves too often stuck with these questions on repeat. What's going to happen? Will everything be okay? What can I do? We grasp at signs and markers, articles of news and analysis, Facebook memes and forwarded emails, as if we could prepare. As if life had ever made any promises of making sense or turning out the way we thought. As if we are not also actors in this still unfolding story. We gather to surrender to the mystery, to release ourselves from the needing to know, the yearning to have it already figured it out, and also the burden of believing we either have all the control or none. Here, in our words and our silence, our stories and our sharing, we make space for a new breath, a new healing, a new possibility to take root, that we believe still a new world is possible, and that we are creating it already, here and now. I invite us to rise in all the ways we do, body and or spirit, and join in singing hymn number 1020, Woyaya. It's in your teal hymn.
We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know within Oh yeah yeah. 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 Oh yeah yeah yeah. Oh yeah 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 yeah. Where we are. That should be just what you people over here like. Yeah. All right. Well, that was lovely.
Good morning. My name is Jason Slaughter. I'm your worship associate. My pronouns are he and him. Let us start with our chalice light. This is responsive, as you can see here. I will send the first words for the leader, and then I'll introduce you to people. We light our chalice in honor of all those who have served in our ministry.
May the chalice be to us a symbol of sharing faith and hope which bear our. May the flame remind us of the giving of our lives and love upon the altar of service and truth.
I get to do the Time for All Ages today, so I want to invite anyone who wants to come forward for that to come and sit with me for a few minutes. Come on forward, don't be shy. What do you have there? Did you make an airplane? Wow, that is awesome. Oh, and y'all are behind me too. Goodness. No, it's all good. It's all good. How many of you have I met? I see a couple of faces I know. But only more than that. Okay. Uh-oh. So, well, I'm glad you're here. My name is Reverend Karen, and I am hopefully going to be the minister here in August. I want to tell you a little bit, because we're talking in the service today about moving and changing. I want to talk with you a little bit about moving, and kind of because I need to move from somewhere else, right, to get here to Lincoln in August, when I start getting to be your minister. Have any of you ever moved somewhere from somewhere else? You have. Where did you used to live? In Syracuse. I see. Thank you. Where did you live? Oh, wow. So you have an apartment now. And you?
Me and my sister used to live on Street in North West and we now moved North Street where we have any traffic except for right now garage sale.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, garage sales make a lot of traffic. I know. I know. So if you have moved somewhere, or if you haven't, maybe you can imagine, what are some of the really good things about moving? What was your favorite thing, or what might be if you were to move? Your mom picked you up, yeah? The silence, yep. The change, right? I get excited about getting to explore a new place, right? Because I like to be outside in the prairies and in the woods, and I like to find new places to do that. How about you? And what about, are there hard things about moving that you might imagine? What might be hard about moving to a new place? Having to start over, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yes, a new treehouse. Yeah. And how about you? Right. Yeah, so leaving old friends and maybe making new ones. Making new ones can be exciting, but also hard. So I have this map. Did you want to say something about what's hard to move? No? Can you tell me later? Okay, thank you. So here's the thing I wanted to show you all. Thank you to Kathy for this lovely map. So do you know what this is? Have you ever seen a paper map? It's not a screen. You can't make it bigger, right? That's kind of weird. But here's what I wanted to show you, right? So we are here. We are right here in Lincoln, in the middle of in the middle of the U.S., right? And where I came from is over here in Madison. But where I came from way before that, where I grew up, was way over here in New York. And I went like this, and then like this, and then like this. But of course I didn't do that because I can't fly, right? So I had to like drive maybe on this road and this road to get to this place, and then maybe this road, right, up to here, and then up to here. And I flew here this week. So I did get to just go straight across. But when I drive, I could maybe go like this, or I could go like this, or I could come up here and visit my friends in Minneapolis and then come down, right? So there's lots of ways, right, to go when you want to get from one place to another. And there are lots of things like that that we get to make choices about all the time, right? Which way we're going to drive when we're going to move somewhere, or where we're going to move. Some of them are repeats that we do over and over. And so for me, right now, I'm making a choice that I want to live here and get to know all of you and be your minister. And you all are making a choice about whether or not that's going to happen, right? Your grown-ups are going to vote on that after you go to your classes and after we have the service, because that's what we do as Unitarian Universalists, right? We decide things together, right? So I hope they decide yes. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, you are all going to go to Sunday school, right? And learn more about birds. Is that right? You're learning about birds with Linda? Yay! I think it's time to do that. Have a great time.
See
Thank
you
you
later,
for joining me.
alligator, after a while, crocodile. We send you out with love and a smile. Thank you for the lessons that you freely share. From the way you play to the way you care. See you later, alligator, after a while, crocodile. We send you out with love and a smile. Thank you for the lessons that you freely share. From the way you play to the way you care. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. There is no hell to fear, no judgment day drawing near. Trust that inner voice you hear every day. Life's not a goal or race, it's about heart and faith and living a life of grace every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day one. Trust is an open hand,
making an honest stand. People here in the land every day.
live in the mystery, seeking the harmony here between you and me
Every day.
Ours is a simple faith.
Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day.
Thank you. I invite us into a time of prayer or meditation. O Holy Spirit of life and love that arises within and between us, we have known many blessings already this day for which we give thanks and praise. The dawn of a new day, with all of the possibility it holds within, between, and around us. This earth home ever spinning, providing, holding. This turn to spring, the greening of the land and the songs of the birds, and the arrival of long-awaited and much-needed rain. This community and all our communities of trust and of care built by our hands, our hearts, our spirits, the loved ones we journey with, family, chosen family, friends, comrades, and our own bodies and minds, with whatever measure of health they hold today. Into this space of awe and gratitude, we breathe our desires for peace and reconciliation among the nations, especially in Iran and Lebanon and Gaza and Ukraine and everywhere else there is war. For safety for all immigrants and refugees and asylum seekers. For an end to gun violence, and for all victims of gun violence, especially now in the communities of Shreveport, Louisiana, and Winston-Salem, North Carolina. For healing and resilience and rebuilding in our Midwestern communities that are recovering from tornadoes, and for all the people living in areas facing wildfires and wildfire risk. For the health of our planet at large and all that she supports as we celebrate Earth Week. For the end of the chaos and the divisiveness that have become the norm in this nation. And for our own ability to find and make joy and resilience in the face of all of these things. May it be so. May we be so.
I've been a traveler on a lonesome road. Its winding has drawn me away, so far from home. I turn my footsteps and hurry on, but still at the end of that day, I am so alone. So love, come take me home. Show me the way. I've wandered for too long. Love, come take me home to stay. One day I'll find an open door and open arms inviting me in to belong once more. A touch, a smile, a friendly face will make strangers family in that welcome place. So come take me home, show me the way. I've wandered for too long. Love, come take me home to stay. No more a traveler, no more to roam. A circle created by love will be my home. We'll share that circle and open it wide, so all weary wandering souls can be safe inside. So love, come take me home, show me the way. I've wandered for too long. Love, come take me home to stay.
We have several readings to share with you this morning, all from the prophetic speculative fiction of Octavia Butler. In the dystopian future she envisions in her book, Parable of the Sower, her protagonist, a teenager named Lauren Alamia, I'm probably saying that wrong, creates or channels a new scripture she calls Earthseed, Books of the Living. There are 3 readings in total that come from Earthseed that we'll read today. The first is, all that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change.
So Lauren, it's Olenina.
Thank you.
Lauren Olamina is a 14-year-old black girl when the parable of the sower begins. She lives in a cul-de-sac with her family and 10 other households who form a mostly self-dependent community. Several of the community members, including Lauren's father, work outside the community, but most of her neighbors don't have jobs. They spend their days growing food, teaching children, and working together to keep the neighborhood together and safe. Lauren lives with her dad and her stepmom and 4 younger brothers, but many of her neighbors live in these big multi-generational households, with several families often to a house that was built for one family. They're poor. A few of her neighbors are too old to contribute to the community, and a few are too dysfunctional. Not everyone has adapted to life within the 9-foot razor wire topped wall around the neighborhood, where to go outside is to risk your life. Outside is chaos, where everyone has to fight to survive every day. All infrastructure has been abandoned. Buildings that aren't enclosed in walls are destroyed, and personal violence is the norm. The only times Lauren gets to go out is with her dad to a nearby canyon for target practice, and they go with a group because there is at least a little bit of safety in numbers. The year is 2024, and the tipping point has been reached and passed. A combination of climate change, the cultures of individualism and white supremacy, and the corruption of government and business in the name of power for the few on top have destroyed the civilization that we, in our current reality, know. The adults in the book, they grew up in the time before, and many of them hope that there will be a return to what they call better days. Lauren's father is sure that that will not happen, that the spiral will continue to turn down for people who don't have access to power, which is almost everyone. But as the neighborhood's minister, he does play the role of offering spiritual support as they try to survive this world that is. Lauren is different. She has grown up in this world where you can see the brilliance of the night sky because there are no electric lights, where having to guard against fear and violence is the norm, where literal everyday interdependence gives you a much better chance at survival, and where all of this is the result of our history of colonialism and oppression and every man for himself. Lauren has something called hyperempathy syndrome, where she feels the pain of others involuntarily and always, constantly. And this is the result of a drug her birth mom took to escape the pain of this world. Lauren has come to understand the difference between simple surviving and thriving, and she's coming to realize that she's being called to create a new way, which will require that she leave her community. And so she begins very slowly over the first years the book covers to prepare for this, and she will leave when she is 18. The call comes from her growing realization that the God of her Baptist father does not exist, and that there is a new theology, a new understanding of God being born through her, a theology that resonates with her time and her experience. And that theology centers on the reality of change, that the only lasting truth is change, and so God is change. This makes sense for a teenager growing up in circumstances like this. Her dad is a minister, so she thinks about God, and change is really the only constant in her life. But we know this idea too, right? Of change. It's like the saying that no person steps in the same river twice, because it's never the same river, and because we're never the same person. And it's underscored by our understanding of this interconnected web, right, of which we're a part. So not only are each of us changing all the time, but if we're in relationship with each other, then of course we're also changing each other all the time. And every time someone new enters our circle or our church, we again become something new. individually, each of us, and collectively as a whole. This is really one of the foundational ideas of our faith tradition, that there is no one static way to think or to be, which comes out of our long history of continually incorporating new ideas and experiences into our understanding of God or the universe or spirit or that which is larger than each of us. This idea of God being change is embedded in Unitarian Universalism.
God is change, and hidden within change is surprise, delight, confusion, pain, discovery, loss, opportunity, and growth. As always, God exists to shape and to be shaped.
I lost my partner in divorce around 9 years ago. And as I was working through the grief of that, I found myself using this language that I'm finding myself, right? And I wrestled with that a lot. I mean, I was past my midlife crisis already. I was in my mid-50s. I'd gone through 2 career changes and becoming a parent. I thought at that point I should have already found myself. What I was finding was a new version of myself. A version that was being born out of a new circumstance that I hadn't even considered until it happened. So I was grieving not only the loss of my partner, but the loss of who I had been, right, when we were together, who I had become in that relationship. What I understand now is that the grieving process, what I understand now that grieving process is pretty much behind me, is that I needed to learn who I was in that time. Because not only was I stepping into a totally different river, I was also not the same person. The loss and the grief and the learning how to live alone and to co-parent across 2 households had shaped me into something new. And my experiences since then, I am finding now that I'm more attuned to that idea, are still shaping me. Hidden within change is surprise, delight, confusion, pain, discovery, loss, opportunity, and growth. And it never ends. Another way for me of looking at it is in the context of the interconnected web, right, of all existence. As things change around me, they tug kind of on the strands of that web. And those tugs eventually reach me, and I have to change a little bit in response. And of course, as I change, I tug on the strands and pull on others around me. The whole image changes for me, so the web becomes this kind of living, breathing, dancing thing, right? It's not this picture of this dewy spider web on a fence post that isn't moving at all. It dances as we all tug on each other. Which brings me to the idea that God exists to shape and be shaped. So I invite those of us who don't use or resonate with God language to translate to whatever makes sense for you for this part. For me, as I'm shaped by my experiences, I make change in who and what is around me by interacting with it, right? A thing happens, I respond, change happens. I call God the energy that moves within and between us as we are in relationship, and that energy and how it makes itself known and felt when we are intentionally shaping our relationship. The best example I have is the feeling when I emerged from the room on my way to the wedding, and the look in my then partner's eyes, and that thing What's happening? That thing that happened between us, right? That thing you can feel sometimes. And so between us, we shape that energy, right? As we interact, we shape what I call God. As we tug on the web and make it dance, we also change that which is larger than ourselves, right? The web is attached to things beyond us. Our interconnection, therefore, is spiritual and not just physiological. Where this becomes important for me is where it's applied, because I'm a good you. I'm about acting on the things I believe. We have choices when change happens around us, right? Whether that change causes us to dance in joy or to suffer or fear. We can go numb or become hard-hearted when it's hard. We might lose hope or imagine that suffering is all there is. We can push pain to the background, compartmentalize it, put it over here so we can continue to function. Or we can choose to embrace change despite risk or discomfort. As Lauren Alamina might say, we can try to push through the pain and try to hear and heed the voice of God. All of these responses to change and the suffering it can cause are natural ways to feel, and sometimes they're necessary for our survival. Fear can really help us hide when we need to. But here's the thing Lauren is teaching me. It's not in our individual or collective best interest to live in the spaces of going numb, of losing hope, of compartmentalizing. Those are survival strategies, yes, and they do get us through hard times. But we don't want to just survive. We want to thrive. We want to dance. That requires us to embrace change, to shape ourselves and that which is larger than us. This is true healing. It promotes healing for our communities and the world, and it requires practice.
God is change, and in the end, God prevails. But meanwhile, kindness eases change. Love quiets fear. And a sweet and powerful positive obsession blunts pain, diverts rage, and engages each of us in the most intense of our chosen struggles.
So we can help each other find ease as change happens within and between us and around us by offering ourselves and each other compassion and direction. A sweet and powerful positive obsession blunts pain, diverts rage, and engages us. This is important as we shift our thinking from the idea of personal change, which is mostly what I've been talking about, to collective change, because suffering is not just an individual thing, right? We live within collective systemic structures built and maintained to create ease for some at the cost of suffering of many of our human siblings. If we are to replace them with systems that center love over fear, equity over oppression and marginalization, worth and dignity of all over white supremacy and patriarchy, then we need to embrace ease with responding to change. And we need to practice shaping change together, within us, between us, around us, ourselves, each other, and God together. And that begins, I think, with learning to embrace it during our own difficult changes, right? When things happen to us and we work with them, they are practice for when things happen in a larger context. We're building muscles. And if nothing lasts forever, the most important thing we can do is cultivate resilience in the face of change around us and in how we shape change ourselves. When I experienced and not all change is hard, right? When I experienced the huge change of my son's arrival in my life, there was so much that I didn't know about how to be a parent. I hadn't yet come to understand my relationship to change either. I had a pretty good understanding of what not to do from my family of origin. They had no idea how to build healthy and nurturing relationship. And I had years of therapy that helped me wrestle with the resentment that I once felt about that. But I didn't know how to turn it around. I didn't know how to create a bond in a way that I had never had. And I was deeply afraid that I would perpetuate the harm done to me. Unintentional harm, but harm nonetheless, from my own childhood. 20 years later, I find myself in a similar situation. I want to be part of birthing a world of peace and of justice, one in which we care about and for each other because we know we are deeply connected, right? Because we make that web dance. I don't know what that world will look like, but I know it's not what we have now. And yet, what we have now is all I've known, right? Like Lauren. I do, however, know a little bit about how that world will feel. I know that my queer family will be able to openly be whoever we are, wherever we are. I know that the young man who camped in my church's parking lot for a week and had to ask people walking by for money so he could eat will not need to do that, and that he will feel safe, and that the people I serve who met him that week will find ease and feel ease. I know that Black children won't have to live in fear of being hurt or killed by the people I was raised to believe are there to protect us. I know that women won't have to stay alert to every movement around them as they move through the world. I know that my immigrant neighbors will be able to buy groceries and bring their kids to school knowing that they will not be disappeared. That world will feel safe, and that world's people will not just be able to survive, but to thrive. And I think that's enough to know how it's going to feel. Heaven knows where we are going, right? But we know within. We can make change a little bit at a time based on the feedback loops of how the world feels as we do it. Building the dock as we go out into the water. The feminist and activist author Rebecca Solnit wrote in her book, Hope in the Dark, hope locates itself in the premises that we don't know what will happen, and in the spaciousness of uncertainty is room to act. When you recognize uncertainty, you recognize that you may be able to influence the outcomes, you alone or you in concert with a few dozen or several million others. When I consider this world that would feel safe for all and how I don't know how we'll get there, I remember how it felt to let go of the idea that I had to know ahead of time what something would look like in order to get there. It was scary. It was scary, but it was liberating. I remember admitting to my partner when my child was born that I had no idea what I was doing, but that I could follow or learn to follow the cues that our baby offered us. I remember learning to call friends who also had new first-time babies when mine did something that I had no idea what to do with. And I remember slowly but surely learning to notice and eventually trust my own instincts. Never in a million years would I have thought stepping into the uncertainty of all of that would be an answer. But it was only when I did that I could understand that shaping change requires not a full plan, but an openness to possibility. I've been talking about personal change and change in our world, but of course there is big change happening here too. You all have weathered and created some significant things recently. You've spent a lot of time and energy in the last 2 years developing a good understanding of who you are now and what you want to do as a faith community. You have built partnerships and created relationships and raised money and created space for people who need it. I want you to know how excited I am when I think about being part of your next chapter, shaping change within us, between us, and around us, moving into the uncertainty that is this life, and building that world in which we're all safe and we can all thrive. I do not know all the details of how we will get there, but I know now that I have met you that we'll figure it out. May it be so, and may we be so.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Michael Stratman. My pronouns are he, him, and I am president of your board of trustees. I want to offer a special welcome to those of you who are visiting for the first time. We are glad you are here. Each week, we take up a collection to support the work of this church and our partners in the community. We do this because just as we all grow from our participation in this community, we all give back through our time, our talent, and our treasure. The ushers will now come forward to pass our offering plates. For our online viewers, you might consider giving via text or via the QR code on the slide above us. Simply text UC Lincoln in the amount of 73256. The offering will now be gratefully received. I have a few announcements to share. The Justice in Action Nehemiah Assembly is this Thursday, April 30th at St. Mark's on 84th and Pioneer. This important event culminates a year of work transforming our community. Show up early and expect traffic. Fill out a ticket as you enter if you haven't yet received one from a network leader. Could the network leaders raise their hands so that people might be able to find you? We got a couple there. Thank you. Visitors, please join us for a short newcomer chat after service by the tree in the gallery. And now, here is Kathy Disney, the chair of our Ministerial Search Committee, to tell us how voting will work today.
Thank you, Michael. My name is Kathy Disney. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the chair of your Ministerial Search Committee. You will not be seeing me anymore after today. So, let's get to it. I'm going to go over the procedure that we will follow after the service is over to conduct our vote for our next civil minister. A special e-blast went out at 9:30 this morning that has the ballot on it. That is a way that you can vote. You can go to that e-blast, click on it, access the ballot that way, and vote that way. All voting will close at 11:30 by whatever means we use. So the first means that we can use is to go to the e-blast and go to the ballot that's on that, click it, vote. That's one way. A second way is after the service is over, Reverend Karen and her family and some members of the Ministerial Search Committee are going to leave the building. We can have paper voting in here. This is for members only is who will be voting today. After the service, please stay here for a while. Sit, stay. Sit, stay. For the ASL people in that room.
because we're going to be handing out paper ballots for those who need them. There will be a big old QR code up on the screen. You can point your phone at that and vote that way. So there's paper ballots, there's the QR code on the screen, there is the e-blast that you have already gotten in your email. For those who are not in the building, who might be listening, you can call the church office between now and 11:30, and Jean will answer the phone and take down your vote. So those are the ways that we have to vote. At 11:30, the voting will stop. By that time, we hope to have collected all of the paper ballots and have them counted out. We hope that if you can do it electronically, that you will, frankly. The fewer paper ballots we have to count, the faster it'll go, the easier it'll go. So we will collect the paper ballots, and then by 11:30, we hope to have all of those counted and ready to go. The electronic votes will be done. By 11:35, we should know the outcome. And this is how the movie goes. The next scene is Michael Stratman and I, your board president and I, will be in the office hovering over Jean as she calculates the numbers, and she will let us know what the outcome is. At that point, Michael will come in here and tell you, and you'll herd the people back in here who might be out getting coffee, and let you know the outcome of that vote. Simultaneously, I will be on the phone with Reverend Karen, wherever she is, on the phone, and let her know the outcome of that vote. And I will ask her the question, will you be our next solo minister based on the outcome of this vote? And she will give her answer, while Michael is in here telling you the outcome of the vote. And then I will come in and go, yay! Or no, yay! That's it. So, when we know the outcome of the vote and we know the answer that we get from Reverend Karen, that is when we are going to form our welcome back to the building party, which is going to consist of Julie helping those who want to and can and feel comfortable doing so, forming a line from probably outside up to this room. Those who want to can stay in this room because we will all end up back in here. This is a lot, I'm sorry. So they will come back in the car. We will sing them into the building. Everybody will come drifting back on here. And Reverend Karen and our board president will be up here. The question to accept the call will be officially asked and answered. We will have the agreement contract down here on the marble table. Signatures will be signed. We will have a new minister. Yay! So then we can all breathe. Or I know I will breathe at that point. So that is the process. Please stay if you want to do a paper ballot, or stay to do your voting with the QR code after the service is over. At that time, I will come back up here and answer questions if you have questions. But for right now, that is all we have for our announcements, and we will move to our closing hymn.
Join me in standing.
I am
will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage when the journey is only getting longer. My strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way.
These are words I say every Sunday at the end of every service I lead, except last week. As we leave this place, made sacred by our presence and our intention, and move into the wider world, may we remember that we take with us the power to make that world sacred. May we hold the love, the courage, and the strength that we learn and practice together, and do everything we can to move them out into the world, knowing that we have enough and that we are enough.
May you breathe easy. May your heart be light. May you open your life to each joy, each delight. May you walk with assurance that your way is blessed. May you dwell in the spirit of yes. May you know your beauty through your loved one's eyes. May you face every change with a taste for surprise. May you welcome each stranger as a treasured guest. May you dwell in the spirit of yes. May we hold all who suffer in loving care. May our being together ease the loads that we bear. May we take up a habit of happiness. May we dwell in the spirit. Stand up! Of yes! Here we go!
Our chalice extinguishing words are from Reverend Joe Cherry. Prayer for living intention. If we have any hope of transforming the world and changing ourselves, we must be bold enough to step into our discomfort, brave enough to be clumsy there, loving enough to forgive ourselves and others. May we, as people of faith, be granted the strength to be so bold, so brave, and so loving. Amen.
If you need a paper ballot, please raise your hand and the members of the community will come and find you. Please use the QR code to vote. Well done, Alex Anderson. I saw you do that. Voting will close at 11:30. If you need a paper ballot, please raise your hand and keep them up.
Oh, I see. Yes, see that.
We really had some problems with the tennis.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for all these in your paper. Please, if you have not voted electronically, now is the time to do that. Right, and if you need help with the QR code, Deb will help you with your iPhone.
Hi, Chris. What did you wait a little longer? I've given her a call. What time? Why did you wait till 12? I wonder what that is. that will conflict with Jennifer time? Oh, okay. That's fine. We'll see you at 12.
Yeah, they do.
Final call, paper ballots. Any paper ballots that haven't been turned in yet, I'd like to take them to the office.
fact, everybody is cheering, right? So if somebody says, say yes. I'm scared if I just you have to go through these two folks, first time they'd ever been here, just kind of wandered in. It's kind of like, you came on the beach on Sunday. I'll look back when it's not so crazy. But anyway, then she was going to go, we're going to get on here.
Yeah, keep breathing. We don't Okay, come on in, get your seats, get ready for the next stages. Votes are still being tabulated, but we do want to make sure everyone is with us in person and online for what comes next. The voting period is now closed, and while our counter's at work, we expect to have results very shortly. While we wait, I want to take a moment to acknowledge what this day represents. A ministerial search is one of the most significant things that a congregation undertakes. It asks us to look honestly at who we are, to articulate what we need, and to trust the process and each other to find the right person to walk with us into the future. Our ministerial search committee gave this congregation their very best. Months of their time and effort. Would those members of the Ministerial Search Committee present stand? We cannot express our thanks enough for this group. The untold hours, meetings, calls, visits, time, they have given of themselves in ways that it is difficult for the rest of us to imagine. All in the sake of us as a community and in our future. Again, thank you so much. Ooh, I even have a seal to break. This is awesome. The best news is we've reached quorum. And with that, we have a 98% vote yes. With that, as I'm honored to share with you today, we will call Reverend Karen Armina as our next settled minister. Kathy, our Ministerial Search Committee chair, has noted that she has accepted the call. In just a few minutes, Reverend Karen, her family, and the members of our search committee are be making their way to us. Julie and her team will help those of you who'd like to form a greeting line. Please follow her direction, and we will welcome them with song as she comes through the door and meet back in here for the signing.
got a top that I made, and then it took me a long time to find the backing because it's such a off color. It's like violet chartreuse in there. But it's really nice.
I'm just chaos. I'm just chaos.
Well, it was left over.
Testing. I'm trying to work.
They can still hear me. Remember, in a non-creepy Pied Piper way, we can follow her in.
Friends, the members of the Unitarian Church of Lincoln has voted overwhelmingly to call the Reverend Karen Armina as our next settled minister. Reverend Karen, do you accept this call?
Yes.
And it is official.
I don't have a lot of words. I am just I'm so grateful and so excited, and this is going to be so much fun and lovely, and thank you. Thank you.
Okay, feel free. We're going to exit, and then we're all going to congratulate Reverend Karen as we finish up today. Thank you so much, and thank you, everyone.
Right here, fine.